Panthers. Now we know this is not with Ron Rivera. This is a totally different offense. And how do y'all feel about him going back to Carolina? What do you think he's going to do in his Matt Rule offense now? We don't know what's the status of Christian McCaffrey. He's like week to week with him. He's hurt, then he's not hurt. So what you think Cam Newton could come in here and contribute to this offense?
I think he can contribute some real well. It just depends on how fast he learns the playbook and the offense. You still able to run the ball with Sam with Hub. You still was able to run the ball with these guys. The receivers got to catch the football. They got to contribute a little more. You do got a capable receiver in DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson, who has not pretty much had a good year. He knows the city, he knows everybody, and he knows everybody in the front office and organization. I think Cam Newton is going to be fine. It just depends on how fast he can catch up with the playbook and with their playing style. It just depends on how fast. So I think Cam Newton will fit pretty well in this offense due to because he can also contribute in the run game if need to. So I think this is a pretty decent reunition with Cam Newton.
Do you think when it comes to that though, Dante, like do you think even though that he's been hurt like multiple injuries because running it, do you think they're going to like use like they're not going to do as many run plays with him? Because it's been almost like the whole NFL season. It's been 10 weeks since he's played. So with like I don't know. I just feel like me. I think you should let him throw the ball, see how that shoulder is, and then if he's willing to take hits while running the football,
I
then
mean, I agree with that. I think they're gonna start dropping him back early to make him a passer early. But if it comes to a situation where they probably need a first down or anything, they're gonna take advantage of that on some zone reads or either some quarterback keep. So I think they're gonna come out adjust letting him throw the football, letting him read down the field. But if it comes down to some running plays and some zone read type of plays and some quarterback keep, some short yardage plays where you need a touchdown or a first down by the goal line, I think he will be capable of doing it. I don't want him running too much if I'm Matt Rule them too much every single time unless he has to or you need a big first down in the key situation or a touchdown in the key situation.
But this is the thing, right? So the Panthers got the Cardinals this weekend on Sunday. They got the Cardinals.
Will
I don't
Kyler Murray
know.
will be playing?
They haven't heard yet. Looking to find out him or whether or not B Hop is going to be playing. With that being said, man, Cam, yeah, when it depends on he's going in there today. So today he probably went in yesterday evening, and probably get his first practice after his physical and all of that today and whatnot, and probably get his first few snaps today underneath the center and things like that. I feel like it's early, so he may not even play against Arizona this weekend. Like Coach said, it all depends on how fast he learns the playbook and stuff like that. It's not Coach Rivera, so it's totally different system out there in Carolina. So he may not get an opportunity to play this weekend, which might be beneficial for him. But unfortunately,
because PJ Walker got the start, right?
Right. Absolutely. So which might be beneficial for him, but not beneficial for the the Panthers. But I think it's a good look. I've been lobbying for Cam ever since he was cut. Ever since he was cut from New England, I felt like he still had enough in the tank to be a starter at some organization who was having quarterback issues, problems. Like I said numerous times, I felt like he could have went out there to Miami. I felt like he could have went out to Green Bay when they was having problems with Aaron Rodgers. I feel like there was a couple other teams that could. New Orleans was another team that I felt like he could have went out there and got some playing time. But I am glad to hear he's back in the NFL. I'm glad to hear that he's getting the opportunity to play again. Now he's got to show and prove. He got to show and prove. Now, being that he's now back in the NFL, a lot of critics feel like Cam was pretty much done. A lot of people feel like Cam Newton is injury prone. A lot of people don't want to take a chance on Cam Newton. But this is the opportunity to prove everybody wrong for Cam. And I hope he does that. I hope he comes back and proves everybody wrong in regards to his play. But
I just want him to get back to football.
Yeah.
All the other antics, I just want him to get back to football.
And that's remains to be seen. It's as we know, he's just coming in. He's coming in as a filler. He's what do you say, Matt? Not Matt. Sam Darnold is going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. So now it's Cam's opportunity to see if he can bring him to the push him back to where he could put him in playoff contention. See if he can bring him, bring him back to the promised man. Maybe take him into the playoffs. So it all remains to be seen. It's hopeful, hopeful thinking. At the minimum, he's going to rally the fans back around Carolina if they have decided to go elsewhere or think that is a lost season. Just as Bishop was saying, it's good to see him back in the league, as we didn't think that he was done yet and that he should at least have another opportunity. So at this point, he has another opportunity with the team in which it all started with. So I hope that he's able to be successful in this time around and make some of this 1-year contract.
Freddie, how you feel about Cam Newton re-signing back with the Carolina Panthers? Go ahead and say what you got to say, brother. And your mic is off.
You're muted.
You're muted, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Now that I'm back, my Wi-Fi took me away from here. But, they can't hold his goats back too long. You see on the screen. But, hey, it's a good thing, Cam Newton finally comes back to his original team. It's going to be only for a few weeks, though, because you can't, when Sam Darnold's healthy to play, and you definitely had to go back to him because you traded for this dude. I mean, what's the point of you trading for Sam Darnold if he's not going to be your guy? But I'm happy for Cam Newton. He'll hold the fort down until Sam Darnold come back. And, hey, we can't really judge Sam Darnold until his second year being there because it takes a year to get adjusted to a new team, new system, and all that.
I thought he played 2 years with the Jets, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but he's
in his third year.
No, but he talking about in this system in Carolina.
Oh, in this system.
In this system. Yeah. Sam, I believe. How long did he go on a job? What, 6 months almost? I mean, he's been out since the beginning of the season. Maybe not 6 months, but
less than 6 months because he was on the Patriots before the season started.
He got cut right before the season started. I want to say.
Yeah.
And how long did he go? Hey, to me personally, I believe he would have got that vaccination back then. He would have still had a job in New England. And then he would have had the debt with becoming a backup quarterback, and which at that time I don't think Cam, was ready to be a backup quarterback, in my opinion. It wasn't in his mindset because you got to realize it's hard. It's hard to go to a guy who's been a star player for so long, and you tell him, hey, MVP, went to a Super Bowl. Hey, I think it's best that you be a backup. It's hard to have that conversation with that person, and it's hard to, even accept that as the player. So,
but I know it's early, Freddie, because we haven't seen Cam on the field yet. We don't know what to expect from him. We don't know if it'll be the same, the Cam Newton from old, the old, that Cam. However, what if he comes back and he gets 3 to 4 wins, 5 wins? While Darnold's out, do you still not go back to Darnold?
See, that's where it gets tricky because I do believe you have to go back to Darnold because you traded for him. But if you're winning, maybe you hold off until Darnold started till Cam has some bad games, or then maybe you just wait till next year. Then you go with Sam Darnold next year. Or the Panthers got a lot of competition. Yeah,
they do have a lot of questions because even though they even signed Matt Barkley, you still got PJ Walker on the. That's what we starting this week, and then now you bring in Cam Newton with Sam Darnold, so that's 4 quarterbacks. The question is Matt Rule going to keep all 4? Which I don't think he will. I think he brought in Matt Barkley as a security blanket for right now for PJ Walker, and if Sam Darnold comes back and they keep Cam Newton, Matt Barkley is the odd man out.
But I will say this, you guys. This is the best wide receiving core Cam has played with on this Panthers team.
And Steve Smith left. Yep.
Yeah. Outside of having Steve Smith. Yeah.
And he's never had if he get healthy and they can get on the field at the same time, he's never had a Christian McCaffrey in the backfield as well. So
I think he played Christian McCaffrey before.
Yeah, McCaffrey. He did.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey
for one season, I think.
Yeah, McCaffrey, but he didn't have Olsen.
Yeah, it wasn't.
He didn't have Greg Olsen. Yeah,
it wasn't a long-term deal though.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't long term, but McCaffrey do got some chemistry with Cam Newton.
Right.
Sam,
It's
I
just those
agree.
other receivers like Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore and those guys that don't have that chemistry, and I think they can build a chemistry with Cam.
Sam, I definitely agree. I don't know if you guys talked to OBJ yet, but they're both tried out for new teams next year. They're both especially Cam. You know, I believe OBJ will get a job, but especially Cam. He's going out. You know, these next few games is going to be very important for him to show. So, hey, I can be a good leader. Hey, I'll do whatever it takes to help the team win, and I can still perform at a high level.
This is his tryout. This is when Cam gets on the field. This is his tryout. Whether Carolina chooses to keep him or not, depending on how he plays, that's irregardless for Cam. Cam's focus needs to be, all right, this is my tryout. So if Carolina don't keep me, there's other teams going to get an opportunity to see what I still have left in the tank. And there may be a possibility other teams like a Pittsburgh Steelers who can move on from Big Ben.
Thank you.
You know
I'm waiting on that.
Things like that. You know, this is an opportunity to you know.
Why are you waiting on that?
Because Ben
it's
Roethlisberger's
time.
arm is
Come on,
shot.
Freddie.
His
Time
arm
is
is
time.
shot, bro.
It's time, Freddie. Come on.
The reason why they're winning games because of that defense. It's not that offense, bro.
That part.
It's that defense that's winning them games, man.
It's not Freddie. So see, this is where you're wrong, and I understand. Bishop, what's your team again?
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Great. I understand that you guys haven't went to a situation like this. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the most loyal franchise in the NFL. The most loyal franchise in the NFL.
But they never brought in a quarterback to back up Ben Roethlisberger for the future. They never did that.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. They're not going to say, Big Ben, we need you going. They going to wait till Big Ben come to them and say, hey, I'm ready to go. It's going to be like the Giants.
I think he's ready, Freddie. I do.
Hey, we don't know. Honestly, he'll know. I agree with Sam. I would not. You got that right, Dominique. I'm always represented, baby. That's what I do. We
ain't going to get into that right now. Dominique, don't start your stuff. I know you're right.
I agree with Sam. I would not be surprised if Aaron Rodgers found a way to get down there in Pittsburgh.
Nah.
It's a good fit.
I mean, it's just like the Green Bay Packers. They loyal to their quarterbacks. They like the same franchises.
No, it's not. What's the knock on the Green Bay Packers? Reason why they don't go to the next level. It's never because of their offense. It's because of their what? Defense. You plug in Aaron Rodgers.
I'm just saying, as far as their franchise, as far as their organizations, they're loyal to their quarterbacks.
Yeah, but could you imagine they take Juju out the mix, Big Ben retire, you add Aaron Rodgers, and let's say maybe they get a Odell Beckham Jr. come in there to fill in that Juju spot. Hey, then what we talking? We're back to saying, hey, the Steelers the best team in that division again.
So why would you need to remove a Juju if someone like Aaron Rodgers is coming? Because
exactly
Juju is effective.
I don't know where Juju head is, man. I need to see where this man head. Are you ready to sacrifice to win football games? Are you ready to be on TikTok? Which one? That's
with Claypool and Deontay Johnson there. Juju
has not done.
He doesn't need to be a number one.
He really don't need.
That's what everybody
because they got him
last year about.
He's not a one. Juju isn't a one.
He's not a one. To be a one.
Yeah, he's not a one. But
guess what? You bring in an OBJ who has been a number one and who can be a number one.
You have Deontay Johnson and Claypool there. That's what I'm saying. You don't need if you bring in like if quote unquote if you was to bring in someone like a Aaron Rodgers or something like that. I think that completely changes the dynamic of the offense to where someone like a Juju who can work the intermediate and underneath a big strong receiver can be effective. It might have been because think about when AB was there and Juju and Le'Veon Bell and before Roethlisberger starting to have his decline. It was a team that was a reckon with. At this point, they're not. And
but
so
everything on the other side of the field, Trayvon, Antonio Brown.
And Juju had one of his best years of his career with AB on the other side.
I'm not sure.
And then the year
Juju begged to be a number one receiver. Juju begged to be a number one receiver. He's not a number one receiver.
But they went out and got Claypool, and that just changed the whole aspect of his game.
Hey, Joe, just let you know, don't let Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns dictate your decision about OBJ.
Yeah,
don't let that happen.
We're not saying that. We're just not saying that. I'm just saying they went out and got a number one in the draft. They got a young kid in the draft. Why would you go out and go get OBJ as the number one when you got
Because
a
when
Claypool that's just as good as OBJ?
Because
Why would you just
we're
do
not
that?
gonna say just as good as OBJ. That's one thing we're not gonna do. And
He
number
is
two,
just as good if he has a better quarterback.
Spotlight. When was the last time you saw Odell Beckham Jr. great in a good position?
He
I'm waiting.
put up good numbers with the Giants, even though he was pissed
I'm
off
waiting.
with the Giants.
Okay then. So we haven't seen a good system around OBJ since then. So imagine putting Aaron Rodgers throwing him the football. That's taking him back because I believe
That's not
Odell.
what happened
Well,
up
let's-
we're
so
going to
let's-
get to that topic.
I was about to say let's pause on that for a second because we're about to see him. He's with Stafford. Stafford
Right.
made Megatron
see.
a Hall of Famer, so we're going to see. And
We gonna see.
he's around a bunch of people. Like I don't think OBJ was brought in. I'll wait till we get to that. I would start
Yeah,
like
I
I believe Megatron with any type of quarterback, Megatron will be probably good. Any type of quarterback with if
I
you
don't
just throw
even
him a
think he
jump
should have
ball,
been a Hall of
jump
Famer.
ball,
That's just me.
I think he'll still be good. Megatron
You-
was that
I don't
good.
know why-
He's that dude,
You
bro.
already know that, bro.
serious?
You already know
Yes,
that. We had that
I
conversation.
Megatron was that dude.
Not
I'm
you.
saying.
No, coach. I don't know if y'all heard what Trey said.
Yeah.
See, he did. Trey liked to throw some. He liked to throw
Oh
some.
yeah, he like to
stuff
throw
underneath the carpet
under the
sometimes,
belt.
and y'all don't hear it. Trey
No,
said,
you know I was
Trey,
saying
no,
the move on my own.
Trey said, Coach Dante Trey said, I don't even feel like a Megatron should have been a Hall of Famer. Are you out your rabbit mind, bro?
Megatron would be good with anybody. He would help out any type of quarterback. He was that,
definitely should have been
probably that good.
Megatron was one of in his
Touch
era
my
of
light
being
out.
here. He was the best receiver.
Yes,
He was on
yes.
the worst team.
Yes. Worst team ever. Worst team ever.
You know what? Megatron, hold on, just like this, Trey. Megatron was just like Barry Sanders was in Detroit.
Exactly.
The
That's
exact
exactly
same,
what it
just
was.
a different position. Exact same, different
Dang,
position.
Trey. Dang, Trey.
Yep.
I'm just being honest.
Oh man.
And
Yep. You put him on any team against with any quarterback, he'll be good. Megatron will be good. He'll be
Okay,
that
let
type
me
of
say.
team.
All right, let me say this because there's some current people right now. So okay, do y'all think that Tyreek Hill is a potential Hall of Famer?
Absolutely.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't tell that. I gotta wait. I gotta see more though. I don't know. I can't answer that yet. I haven't seen too much.
So the reason I asked is because at this point, Tyreek Hill in 5 years equals or surpasses Megatron.
That's why I say
because the organization didn't even want to trade him. Organization didn't even want to trade him. They didn't want to trade him. That's not his fault.
So where we come to, so this is what I'm saying. So if we can't see if Tyreek Hill can't be considered a Hall of Famer, then why is Megatron a Hall of Famer? Or because of the error? Like we gotta simple look at that. That's why I say in some instances,
but even though they were losing, he was still putting up numbers, career numbers in his era. That's the difference.
But the organization didn't want to give him up. Just like how Barry Sanders' career ended.
Everybody's gonna say Tyreek Hill right now is probably a Hall of Famer because
I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying it either.
You know what I'm saying?
But he got the same numbers at Megatron, who he says is a Hall of Famer. But it doesn't make a difference.
Megatron.
So let's put a Megatron with a Patrick Mahomes and let's see the numbers that Megatron would put up. Anybody can put up those type of numbers with Patrick Mahomes. Let's just be realistic.
You're not gonna hold on, Spotlight. So you're gonna downplay Matt.
Hold on, hear me out.
Matthew ain't no Patrick Mahomes.
You did not know about a Tyreek Hill until Patrick Mahomes got there. Let's just be real. Alex Smith was good for the Kansas City Chiefs, but his numbers went up when Patrick Mahomes was the quarterback. Let's just keep it realistic. But the reason why Tyreek Hill might just go to the Hall of Fame because right now he's still playing. He can surpass a few receivers on that wide receiver list, and he has a Super Bowl.
Let me ask y'all this: do y'all?
And Megatron couldn't get out of Detroit because they didn't want to give him up. They didn't even want to trade him. That's why he retired. Same situation, Barry Sanders.
I think Megatron still would have played if he was able to be traded.
Yes.
But since he wasn't traded, he forced himself into retirement, just like Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders wanted out. They was not getting rid of Barry Sanders.
So let me ask you. So let me ask y'all this. So and this is why it could be subjective because a lot of people feel like it's I think it's a certain criterion when it comes to being a Hall of Famer. A lot of people say, well, do you need to win a Super Bowl? Do you need to have so many MVPs? Do you need to be this? Do you need to be that? So forth and so on. The thing of the matter is, when it comes down to, and this is just for me, and this is the reason why I say Tyreek Hill, I feel like is on his way to be a MVP or a Hall of Famer. The simple fact that if you as a player are a game changer for your team, you are a game changer for your team. I feel like that is Hall of Famer credentials. I feel like that.
You know what?
I feel like if you are a game changer, when a person like when you look at it, Megatron and Tyreek Hill, both of them calls for double teaming. Both of them, and
Yes.
Tyreek Hill is 10 times smaller than Megatron.
And when
But
you
he
have the
still
game
calls
plan
for
for,
double
you have the
team
game
because of
plan
his
for
speed.
these two guys, that's the number one priority in a defensive
Yep.
room.
Exactly.
That you have to say, oh, who you want to stop? Tyreek? How you going to stop Megatron?
Right.
It's not really how you stop anybody else. How you going to stop those two?
Game
You
changer.
knew Megatron was getting the
Game
ball,
changer.
you still couldn't stop him.
Stop him.
With three
Exactly.
people, you knew he was getting the ball, you just still
Exactly.
couldn't stop.
Game
You know,
changer.
Megatron remind me of, DeAndre Hopkins, how he can thrive with any type of quarterback in this league. He's one of those guys. He's one of those guys that can thrive with any quarterback. Look, DeAndre Hopkins, Brian Hoyer, Ryan Mallett, TJ Yates, Case Keenum, all had great seasons with all of them, with no type of quarterback. That remind me, no top tier quarterback, quarterback. Yeah. Megatron can do the same, literally the same thing with no top tier quarterback. He can still be good.
One thing, I think y'all trying to be slick with this topic. I really do. I'm putting 2 + 2 together. Let's not sit up and act like Odell Beckham Jr. is not that dude because he didn't have success with Baker Mayfield.
Is he a Hall of Famer? Is he a Hall of Fame, Freddie?
No.
To me, he is.
Oh my God!
No.
He's better than Tyreek Hill.
No.
He's better than Tyreek Hill.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer right now.
He's better than who?
Tyreek Hill.
Stop it.
Man, if you don't get off this darn TV.
Odell Beckham Jr. has never had Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid.
Man, here we go.
Again, why does it make a difference who you if you are who you are, it don't give a damn who you got. Like it doesn't make a difference. Like you can't sit up and say like they don't sit up and put people in the Hall of Fame based upon who you had. You go because of what you did. Right. So it doesn't make a difference.
When the last time Odell had a 1,000-yard season?
First year in Cleveland. Let me ask you a question, Trayvon.
What was that? How many years ago was that?
Like 2 or 3 years ago. Let me ask you a question, Trayvon.
But this guy's a Hall
of
Fame.
I ask Trayvon a question. Everybody, I want to ask this man a question.
Because
you got to ask something crazy.
Right now, he's the only reasonable person on the panel. So I want to ask him a question. Trayvon, and I'm gonna read this in NBA terms.
Here we go.
Does LeBron James make Anthony Davis better?
Come on. Well, that is not the same comparison.
No, I'm asking a question. Yes or no?
So because of who he is, he does because he has he
okay. So
he has to be accounted for.
Is it the quarterback job to make the receiver look better?
He has to throw to him.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is
no, hell no. I'm it's my turn. When you have an older Eli Manning who's throwing you the football, but he's still putting up 1,000-yard receiving every single year, even though he have a bad quarterback situation, a bad franchise situation. Yeah, he's still killing it. So now you go to Cleveland. You go to a team who's not built for you, who wants to run the football, who has other options in the running back position, who have other positions at the wide receiver position, tight end, but you're not even – there's times where your quarterback's not even looking for you in his reads. That should not take away from you as a player because you have a bad situational quarterback. But see, this is what I have a problem with. People are letting the Browns dictate Odell Beckham Jr. when he's not that dude. And I guarantee you this, when Matthew Stafford's going to be the best quarterback Odell Beckham Jr. had in his career. Best quarterback.
In the same token, Freddie,
he's going to be.
They were saying, but when Stafford was in Detroit with Megatron, they were saying how bad Stafford was. They wasn't making him a good quarterback.
Stafford's never been bad.
Stafford is good. Stafford is
good.
He had
but
a 6,000-yard season.
It's been media out there saying how bad Stafford played when he had Megatron.
He's a real good quarterback. Real good.
Exactly. He's a real good quarterback. But what I'm saying is that now it just like Megatron. How can I say this? When it comes to it, Matthew Stafford was considered as a bum to a lot of Detroit Lions fans. A bum.
because
look what he did with
can't get him
Megatron.
anywhere.
Look what he's doing with the Rams.
Because of the outcome, they couldn't finish.
Exactly.
They couldn't finish.
It ain't his fault that the organization was bad. They didn't put
Yeah,
nobody
they couldn't
around him.
finish.
That ain't his fault. That man had a 5,000-yard passing season.
He
That
did.
man had
Receivers.
seven straight 4,000-yard seasons. Come on, man. This guy deserves to be up there. This guy's not a bad quarterback.
But I don't think
When did I say Matthew Stafford was a bad quarterback? When have I said
No,
that?
I know. I ain't say you said. I'm just saying everybody that says he's a bum. This man had a 5,000-yard season, 3 of them, and with the worst talent that he could have, even without Megatron, he still was able to be good.
True.
Yes,
So
I can answer that question. You want me to answer the question, Sam? I will. Listen here. Odell Beckham Jr. is a receiver. Let me clarify this first. He don't care about being a number one. He don't care about how many receptions you get. He cares about wins. He cares about wins. And this is where Odell gets the problem. Any receiver has a problem. They have a problem when they're not getting the football and they're losing. We see the many situations where a receiver gets mad, they get upset when they're losing and they don't feel like they're part of the offense. When Odell's winning, when they rolling, you don't hear nothing from them. You don't hear nothing from them.
The only wide receiver I hear that from that used to do that was Dez Bryant.
Yeah, but when they start losing and they're not a part of that offense, it's the problem. Cleveland they should never traded for Odell, never, because you're bringing in a rookie quarterback at the time to deal with Odell Beckham Jr. You already had Landry. I mean, you have to know how to get the football to you guys. There were reports that this man can't even get the football to Odell in practice. I mean, that's the best. That's just toxic. And a lot of people want to a lot of people want to jump on Odell because of past experience with the Giants. And I understand, he could have handled it a little bit better than he did at the Giants, but he was justified the reason why he was acting out the way he was, because you're playing with an older Eli Manning who obviously could not see Odell or could not give the ball to Odell at all, because there's times that man was wide open and Odell's like, hey, I'm here.
All right, so we're going to get to the Odell Beckham, knowing that he did sign with the Los Angeles Rams for 1 year, $4.25 million for the Los Angeles Rams. Now, just to throw that in there, Odell Beckham is not a Hall of Famer at this moment.
He's not.
As of today, he's not a Hall of Famer.
He's not.
I'm not saying he will never be. I'm just saying as of right now, he's not. But
he's knocking on the door. Just watch.
We'll see this season. We'll see the rest of the season.
I always think
that boils down to my question. Knowing that Stafford has weapons just like Baker Mayfield has, what's going to happen here with the Rams? Knowing that you do have a Robert Woods, you have a Tyler Higbee, you
Cooper
have
Kupp.
Odell Beckham, you have Cooper Kupp that has been the real number one receiver with the Rams. Where does Odell fit in this?
I'm waiting to see.
Hey, real quick, guys. I want to give you guys some inside scoop real quick. So my preacher's wife is Odell Beckham Jr.'s daddy's brother. They're brothers and sisters. So that's my preacher's wife and Odell Jr., that's his auntie. So I called her yesterday, said, hey, what you think about nephew? And she said, he's all in. He's ready to win. That's all I needed to hear. So
it ain't up to him though.
Yeah, because it's going to offset him. Because what's going to happen is
what you mean it's not up to him?
He could be OBJ could be all in all he wants to. If he was all in when he was in Cleveland, but it didn't work. It didn't.
But what they're saying, Bishop, I think they went over your head. It went over your head. Stop thinking with your heart and think with your brain, my friend.
I'm listening.
He's all in. Like, hey, he's okay accepting that number 3 role or wherever that is. He's going in there,
Freddie.
Huh?
But my question is this though. If Matthew Stafford's not throwing him the football, what type of tantrums he's gonna have? I don't
think you're gonna have a situation where OBJ is not going to get the ball. He may not. From what I think I hear Freddie saying is at this point he's not worried about how often he gets the ball. He just wants to be. So that's what was going to happen anyway, because now you have OBJ might go there. He might be considered the number 1, right? But he's going to probably be a number 1 that doesn't really see the ball. We all know who is. Imagine Cooper Kupp in the 3 in the slot. he was killing already. So now, you know what I'm saying, you put him in a position where he's going to be plenty of mismatches. You have to where Robert Woods is still able to blow the top off the defense and make underneath routes. So that's basically what's going to happen. So
and on top of that,
OBJ is going to spread the
too.
field.
That's good too. Van Jefferson is another.
Yeah, then you still got Higbee that works underneath too. So you know what I'm saying. So yes, they have plenty of weapons now in this point. And OBJ, what I think is now OBJ is more of a compliment to the offense. Like I said just the other day, I think a couple of days ago, we said now here go the greatest show on turf 2021. That's basically when they had Warner and
Isaac Cruz,
all them,
Torrey Holt, all them, Ricky Pro,
so this is where they're at now. So this is
Mr. CEO, is DeAndre Hopkins a Hall of Famer? Please answer the question in the comments.
Not yet.
I disagree with you.
That was a hard one.
At the end of his career, DeAndre Hopkins will be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
at the end of his career, I can say that he will be at the end of his career. He will be a Hall of Famer. He's still playing, but
as of today, not right now. But once his career is over, if you looked at the stats,
he's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's going to be a Hall of Famer after this career.
That's all it is.
He will be,
and he was still producing. This is his best team ever. This is DeAndre Hopkins' best team he ever had by far.
He will be. He will be. I do feel like DeAndre Hopkins will be. Oh, there go Pride. Look at him wiping the sleep out of his
eye.
Here we go.
Hold on. Let me just say one thing real quick. I'm going to be honest with y'all. This is the one time I low-key didn't want to come on. I ain't even going to hold you. And I'm explaining to you why.
Yeah,
Bishop, last night I was peer pressured. I was bullied. I was harassed. I was put in a very, and you as well, Trent. I was put in a very dangerous situation where my job was threatened. Freddie demanded I put my fiance on the show, and excuse my French, Bishop, Spotlight, Trey, Coach, I was looking like a bitch. I ain't gonna hold y'all. My reputation, I ain't gonna hold y'all. My reputation as a individual, as a man, as a human being was a legit question. I was nervous about coming on today. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I was extremely nervous.
I've never seen Pride so calm. I've never seen Pride so put in place. I told Rusty, you're always welcome on the All Sports Offers Network. I love it.
Yeah, and it's crazy because, like, Bishop, guys, I swear, right before we did another show, and I got on, in the matter of 5 minutes, it literally went from sports to all about how Pride is all of a sudden just whipped and whatnot. It was wild, bro. And this left turn came out of I was put on the spot. It was that pressure I couldn't deal with, bro. That was that pressure. That was that real life pressure, bro. I was nervous. Mike, shout out to Mike, bro. He was saying some stuff. I was unfortunately agreeing with my girl next to me, putting myself in a very hazardous position. Whoa, bro. I'm surprised I woke up alive.
Happy life. Happy wife, happy life. We are
100%, bro. And I was straddling that line last night, bro. I was saying some shenanigans, bro.
But Pride,
what's up?
You didn't go with Tua last night, and they pulled off a win.
Well, here's the thing. I'll be honest with you. I did not expect that defense to play how they did.
Agreed.
I ain't even gonna hold you. Now
we just talked about that too.
Yeah, now Tua came off the bench. I think he deserves some credit because coming off the bench, he did help lead that offense in some way. But the fact that this defense all of a sudden now decided to step up, it's like this is a defense we expected to see all year.
Didn't I say that? I said that right before
you said that
started.
You said that? Yeah, like this is I remember I was watching the game, and in like the third quarter, I was like
6-3.
Huh.
6-3.
I'm like, and I forgot about the score. I was looking at how they're playing. I'm like, y'all doing this effortlessly. What's going on? Why can't y'all do this before? Like, why all of a sudden, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was this weird thing, like, and to me, it's really a shame because, like I said, I mean, I feel like the way Tua has been playing, and if you give them that defense that played yesterday, I think not only do they have a great record, I think potentially you could make an argument that maybe they might even be in contention for the AFC. You can make that contention in their division.
The AFC is really up in the air too.
It is.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, you could make an argument that if they had this defense, they could be up there. Now, again, it is a game. I want to see how they are next week because I want to see if this defense coming back was a fluke or if it was legit. Yes, sir, Freddie. But I'm be honest, bro. I was surprised. I was watching it, and but I just had questions.
Their defense played like that the last 3 games. They won. Their defense been playing the same actual defense. No switch up every third down. They bring pressure, sometimes second down, and it definitely bothered. Lamar Jackson last night, Tyrod Taylor, and the Bills. That's the only reason why that Bills game was that low. They was bringing pressure, and that pressure they need to whatever antidote they got to it. They need to keep bringing it.
Yeah,
so that they need to keep that defense. That's working.
Yeah.
That's making quarterbacks get the ball out their hands real fast, and you cannot block all them people like that. They sending everybody and they mama, and they're getting to the quarterback. So I gotta applaud that defense on now. But
and that's saying a lot when you get that, and that's saying a lot when you going up against Lamar, man. Joystick, that's a lot. When you can get to him and force and still get him on the ground, that's saying a lot.
And it's also it's no way when you do that type of blitz, no way Lamar can escape because you got guys coming from everywhere, from the blind side, from both corners, up the middle. There's really no way you can actually run.
Hey, we were just talking because I don't want to go back to because we passed Thursday Night Football recap and we talked about Cam Newton, but we was just on the OBJ topic. Freddie said this, that OBJ is a Hall of Famer. Do you feel like he's a Hall of Famer right now?
Ooh. Just the fact that I have to hesitate, I'm gonna have to say no. Just the fact that I gotta hesitate.
I like
but I do want to say this. This is not saying he cannot be a Hall of Famer.
Right.
This isn't saying that this is who my thing is when you're in the Hall of Fame, if I have to hesitate, I can't put you in there. That's kind of just me. Because again, like the Hall of Fame is supposed to be the elite of the elite, like the top guys. Like if I say Aaron Rodgers, you're gonna say Pride, you stupid if you don't have him in the Hall of Fame. Like Tom Brady, Drew Brees. If I say Peyton Manning, those type of guys, you're gonna say yeah. And if you just want to go with wide receiver,
Pride, Megatron.
Megatron. You're gonna say definitely. You know what I mean?
Look at Trey.
Trey doesn't think that Megatron is the Hall of Famer.
And the only if you tell me it was because of how long it was, like the longevity, that is a solid point, and I'm not going to take that from you. But anything outside of that, I don't know. You must hate the guy. You know what I mean? Like he must.
Only reason why is like because of the longevity, because they wouldn't trade him.
They wouldn't give him up
to retire for real.
Yeah. So when it comes to that's
not a good look for Freddie.
Here we go.
That's fine. Look, but here's my thing. Right now, do I think he's a Hall of Famer? No, but I do think he can be close. I think if you put, you know what I mean, if you put him in a situation like where he is right now, because again, remember, he's got this reputation as a malcontent, right? Unfortunately, that reputation is now superseding the talent he has. So now people look at him more as a crybaby and a diva. Again, whether or not you agree or not, doesn't matter. The perception is there that he's more of a crybaby than he is on the field. Like, you know what I mean?
The perception is there. I agree.
So it's kind of like, the way I'm looking at it.
He's talented, but the perception of him being a crybaby is there. So you got to look at it from two sides.
And here's the thing. I was saying this.
Freddie.
Hold on, Freddie, real quick.
What receivers not though? I hate when people, the media, try to label that as a dude.
You're right. But again, Freddie, you then just missed what I said. There are wide receivers who are crybabies, right? But the talent matches the reputation. Odell's in this situation where if you say, oh, what about Odell? Instead of saying he's a talented crybaby, he's a crybaby with talent. And that's something that's different. Those two things are different. They are not one and the same. So when your reputation is like that, people are going to look at you weird. Now, if we're talking about individual talent, he's got it. He's got it.
DeAndre Hopkins is a Hall of Famer.
Muted, Freddie.
We're not saying that we're saying he's a possibility that he can be a Hall of Famer.
He's gonna be a Hall of Famer after this year, after his career is over. That's when he's gonna be. When his career is over, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
And here's the thing, Freddie, real quick about OBJ. This isn't to say that he's not one. I need you to hear me out, Freddie. I'm not saying he will never be one. What I'm saying is right here, right now. If OBJ, I'm gonna put it to you this way: if OBJ, he had that portion of his career where he kind of was the best, right? Then there was that blip in Cleveland, right? I'm gonna put it to you this way: if he comes to over to LA and wins a ring, and puts up, he doesn't have to put average, like he doesn't have to put up great stats. If he puts up just solid stats, enough stats where you go, okay, OBJ did something. I think you can, that's when you can begin the legit groundwork of calling him a Hall of Famer, because you need to understand something. That stint in Cleveland, regardless, it was a failure. We can all agree on that. The thing is, a lot of people are holding it against Odell.
Which they shouldn't.
And Freddie, I agree with you. When it comes to that, I made it known. I think it's everyone's a failure. In terms of in that situation, I think everyone failed. I just think from the jump, it was a doomed situation. It was never gonna fit.
I want to go with some numbers with you guys real quick. I want to bring some numbers up real quick for you guys. I'm comparing D Hops and Odell's, okay? The D Hops have played over 280 more games than Odell. Okay, so let's go over the numbers.
Yep.
So for D Hop's career, he have 10,495,000 yards. Okay, he has 67 touchdowns. Okay, now let's look at Odell Beckham Jr.'s numbers. And like I said, these are 200 games less that he's played. He's sitting at 7,000 yards. That's pretty impressive to be 200 games. Yes. I mean, let's think about it. And he had 51 TDs. That's 20 TDs less. This dude was on the verge of being one of the best receivers in the game. Even though he still got those numbers.
Listen to what you just said. Verge. That's what I'm saying. I'm using that same word for the Hall of Fame. Right. He's on the verge. I'm not saying, oh no, you got to get him out. He can never be a part of it. What I'm saying this, he's on the verge. But to just give it to him already, when a guy like D Hop, who dare I say, still had 1,000-yard seasons with literally scrubs. This dude was getting 1,000-yard seasons with me as a quarterback.
I'm not gonna let you do that. Pride? No, I'm not gonna let you do that. D Hop has now played with two quarterbacks that Odell haven't even touched the field with one yet until Monday night. So we're not gonna do that. And two, D Hop never been in a situation where his quarterback's going through his reads and the quarterback don't even look at him. He's never been in that situation. He's always been the number one. Odell, when he went to Cleveland, he went away from being the number one. He was like the number 4. So we're not going to do that.
Right, hold on. But that was 2 years. That was just 2 years. Don't make it seem like that was his entire career. It was only those 2 years.
No, it was one. He had one good year in Cleveland. And then when he was in New York, he was with an aging quarterback, Eli Manning, which he was still putting up 1,000-yard receivers. But hey, if Eli was still Eli of old, he would even had a better season.
All I'm saying
is the number one, though. You do agree he was the number one
in New York? Yes.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
And he was killing him in New York.
Number one. So that's what I'm saying. You can't act as if he was a scrub, because the thing is, if you want to go to this thing,
Brian, listen. In New York, if he would have stayed in New York with Eli, hey, he would have still been one of the best receivers. Okay, because he was still doing it. Even with Eli was getting old, because he was still the truly number one. I'm talking about when he went to Cleveland, he went away from that number one, and that's what people are killing him for. And people got to remember that, hey, your quarterback has to help you make you look good as well. That's what I'm saying.
And again, I understand that to an extent. I do. I see the overall point that you're saying. But at the end of the day, you still said a very important word. You said Odell is on the verge of being one of the best to ever do it, right? And what is the Hall of Fame? It is the pinnacle of the best to ever do it. So you can't sit here and look at me and say, "Oh yeah, Odell's on the verge," and then in the same breath say he's a Hall of Famer. That's just my thing. And again, Freddie, hear me out. I'm not saying he will never be one. I'm not saying what you're saying is reaching.
Is that your daughter back there?
Yeah, she's.
We might need to get her on the show to calm you down. You know, since the wife got there, we might need to get her to calm you down.
Her, like, if you tell her to calm me down, she'll just start screaming. Like, you know what I mean? If you think I'm bad, she's worse. The fact that she's still quiet is God's blessing. Like, it's wild. Naomi, get down. You're gonna fall and split your head open. But here's the thing.
I totally agree.
That's just my thing.
He's on the verge. He's on the verge. I will say that he's headed in the right direction. I agree that when he gets with this LA Rams and Matthew Stafford, bro, like, you can see it. Even the coach for the Rams, he couldn't stop smiling at the press conference when he was talking about he was trying to act like he didn't know that OBJ was coming to the Rams. Well, we know he knew, but he couldn't stop smiling. And when they hit him about him, cheesing so hard, he left the podium, because he knows with Matthew Stafford and OBJ, it's finna be problems out there. It's gonna be mad problems out there, bro.
And real quick, Sean McVay better put him in the best situation right now. Hey.
They're going to, because they're all. But listen, Sean McVay went up to Odell and he told him from the jump, look, bro, you're not gonna be the number one. Let's knock all that stuff out. There's gonna be games where you be the number 2. Your role is mostly gonna be the number 3. We gonna get you touches.
You think he could be the number 3? You don't think he'd be the 2?
I think there'll be games where he's the 2 when he's kind of on fire. But I do think, even though he is better than Robert Woods, I do think Robert Woods is still going to be the 2. Because remember, if we're talking about just a player, he is better than Cooper Kupp.
Who's the one then, Kupp?
Say again?
Yeah, Cooper Kupp is the number 1.
Oh, yeah. Cooper Kupp. Yeah, it's going to be Cooper Kupp.
No question.
Listen, bro, it's Cooper Kupp.
No question. He's the number 1 option in that offense right now. The way he's playing this year.
Peep Gabe, is a difference between number 1 option and number 1. So I think that's what it is. Cooper Kupp is his number 1 option. Now that you have Odell Beckham, then you add something to it. But I still think I think Odell Beckham might more so be the number 1 when you look at Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods when you put the 3 of them. But I still think that that Cooper Kupp is going to be Stafford's number 1 option because that has been his most productive receiver to this point.
And you guys got to remember this: if Cooper Kupp was black, this dude would get a lot more praise than that man getting right now.
I know he's getting some praise now. He's been in a while. Yeah, everybody. When he came out of the draft, I was like, please get Cooper Kupp. And then
nobody sleeps on Cooper, bro. Nobody.
The Rams are the best organization right now in the NFL. You guys, the Rams. I mean, they're all in. They've been doing it. They got afraid.
And you know what I think it is?
The moves they're making is ridiculous right now. They made the best moves.
Yeah, and here's what I legit think it is. And this has to play a factor on it. They have to be doing it because a lot of people are calling them stupid for trying to keep Jared Goff and giving him that contract. So I think what they're trying to do now is kind of like this thing where they're like, okay, fine. Even though we made the right choice too late, we let him go. And now they're kind of doing this thing where it's like, oh yeah, we're definitely going to win without Jared Goff. So that way, I can't call it stupid no more. So that's kind of what I think it is. But real quick before, because I know, Freddie, you mentioned how you were basically trying to make it seem like, Odell was in the same thing as D-Hop. D-Hop is putting up stats with these quarterbacks. Let me know if any of these quarterbacks.
I just went through it, Pride, but go ahead and do it again. Yeah, I just went through it. I know history. You can catch the Hey, put it out there again, though.
Yeah, so let me say this, Freddie. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. And I'm not even talking about Prime. I'm talking about the Eli Manning he had. Brandon Whedon, Brock Osweiler.
The worst quarterback in Houston history.
Oh, my God. Talk to him. TJ Yates. Brian Hoyer. Wait for it. There's more. Don't go nowhere. AJ McCarron. Let me should I continue, bro? Should I continue? And then Matt Schaub, who was so horrible.
Keep going.
So horrible, baby.
Hey, go. Keep going. Keep going down the line. Keep going down the line. Matt Schaub had one good year.
Yeah.
One good year. That's it. After that was it.
You know who else? Case Keenum. And by the way, Freddie, I know what you're going to do. He was good in Minnesota. This was pre-Minnesota. Well, he was.
Keep going, Brad. Stop talking and keep going.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Keep going.
Ryan Mallett. Now do me a favor.
Someone who can't catch a flight early. Someone who can't catch a flight, who missed practice.
Keep going. Why are you stopping?
He also had Deshaun Watson.
All of them.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson. And now
that's 2 years in his career. That's 2 years in his career, though.
And you have that. But here's my point. Right, but here's my point. That's what I'm saying. Listen, use it for Deshaun.
Don't do that.
That's what I'm saying for Deshaun.
That's before.
Right, you got Deshaun and Kyler. Right. That's what I'm saying. You got those 2 quarterbacks and Deshaun's career. But now again, this guy is putting up 1,000-yard season.
Yeah, having an amazing season.
Schaub, AJ freaking Karen, bro. If you're gonna sit here and tell me that,
David Whedon,
TJ Yates twice, Case Keenum twice.
Come on,
Ryan Mallett.
Listen.
Osweiler, who everyone says,
But again, so again, what y'all have to keep what y'all have to keep in mind is that is based upon D Hop's skill and what he was able to produce where they showed. So that goes back to what we was talking about earlier, which this is true enough, but it's his skill. It's what he does, and which makes him that person.
No, you letting him off the hook. DeAndre Hopkins was always the number one option. He was the first read. Odell Beckham Jr.
Odell Beckham was the first read with New York.
Thank you.
I'm talking about Cleveland. I'm talking about Cleveland because in New York he had 1,000 yards every year. What happened in Cleveland? He's with a bum quarterback.
And you're telling me
Literally a game plan every single week to stop DeAndre Hopkins.
He was not in the game plan because his quarterback he was not even in his first read.
Listen, I got this. Baker Mayfield is
better than nothing.
Baker Mayfield is better than
Cowboy Raider.
Deshaun Watson is better than every quarterback on that list. Let's just be realistic there.
He had Deshaun Watson, now he got Kyler Murray. The only good quarterback Odell Beckham Jr. played this so far is Eli Manning.
There's only 2 elite quarterbacks he had.
Was Odell? We keep on talking.
Exactly.
And you just said OBJ. I mean, you just said Hop had 200 more games than OBJ.
200 more games, yes. And he's had better quarterbacks than Odell.
Listen what you're saying, though, Fred. That's 200 more games that B Hop had horrible quarterbacks.
Thank you.
Let me play a game with y'all. I want to play a game with y'all real quick. I'm gonna give you can go. Go ahead, Fredward. I'm gonna give y'all 2 quarterbacks, right? The Eli Manning that OBJ played with, and then the names of these quarterbacks that D Hop played with. I want you to tell me who you taking. Are you going to take Eli Manning or Brock Osweiler?
Eli Manning.
Brock Osweiler was the worst quarterback in Houston Texans history.
Thank you, Cody.
Both the same, honestly.
Thank you.
No, Eli Manning's better. No.
You're not going to do that.
No, Freddie, don't do that. No,
this really makes me question him as a Giants fan.
No, Freddie, come on, Freddie, don't do that, Freddie. Freddie, don't do that.
What y'all want to do? Y'all want to pick?
No, you will take. You all take Eli Manning. You all take Eli in a heartbeat. You all take Eli in a heartbeat, Freddie.
Order.
I just want to say one thing. Freddie, you're trying to make the case that Odell, and look, I like Odell. I think he's a hell of a player. I think he has potential to be a Hall of Famer, but he is nowhere near the level of a DeAndre Hopkins. No disrespect.
DeAndre Hopkins have had 2 greatest quarterbacks Odell have never had. DeAndre
we telling you the quarterback before that. That's just 2 quarterbacks.
No, I don't want to hear. Listen. Now he's with a good quarterback in Matthew Stafford. If he doesn't put up the numbers, if he doesn't bring productivity to this office, it's no excuse that D Hop is better than OBJ. Period.
Your bum Cowboy Raider.
There's no debate now. But then hold on.
Bed and OBJ shits the bed with the Rams. It's a wrap for him. It's a wrap.
No. It's a wrap before because again, let's play another game. Or do you want that old Eli Manning or Tom Savage?
Eli Manning.
So right now, that's 2 guys.
Anybody can do that. Anybody can do what you're doing. That's not justifiable because that don't make no doggone sense what you're doing right now. Because you got to remember this. DeAndre Hopkins never been in a situation where a team didn't even look for him for the football. He's never been in that situation.
Spotlight.
Never been in that situation.
Let me ask you a question. What the argument I'm making, does it make sense? Is there validity?
No, it don't make sense.
Right?
No, it don't make no sense.
Because here's the thing. Hold on. Because
as you said, Kobe Bryant is overrated.
You said earlier that in order to be a great wide receiver, you need a good quarterback. And DeAndre Hopkins is putting up numbers with literally a guy who
DeAndre Hopkins made all. Would you take Deshaun Watson or Eli Manning? Would you take Deshaun Watson or Eli Manning?
You're bugging.
Would you take Kyler Murray or Eli Manning? Kyler Murray or Eli Manning?
Again, but again, see, you want to go to the top. What about Connell?
Missing the point. Freddie is missing the point. All
I'm not missing the point.
Like always.
You're missing the point, Freddie, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because those quarterbacks that he named outside Deshaun Watson and Kyler Murray do not compare. Do not compare to a Baker Mayfield or to an Eli Manning. That's all we're saying.
I want to say one more thing.
Understanding he had Deshaun Watson. He had him later on in the career.
What about Kyler Murray? Exactly. Odell never had those guys. Never had those guys.
Freddie, hear me out. That wasn't DeAndre Hopkins' fault that he went to Arizona. The Texans traded him.
That wasn't his fault.
Guess what? We got to stay consistent. We got to stay consistent.
He was put in a better situation, but he was in a worse situation with the Texans and still produced.
We got to be consistent. Spotlight.
But what you're missing, DeAndre Hopkins has never been in this situation where he's not the number one. He's never been in there. Never.
Never. Listen, Spotlight. We got to understand something about Freddie, bro.
Never.
We already know how he is. So, you know what? Let's move on.
Except for Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray. DeAndre Hopkins made all of those quarterbacks look good. DeAndre Hopkins made all those quarterbacks look good.
Not Ron Fitzpatrick. He put Eli as well.
Except for Deshaun Watson and Kyler Murray. He made all those other quarterbacks look good.
Ryan Fitzpatrick got them as well.
Ryan Fitzpatrick is a tier 2, tier 3 type of quarterback.
Eli Manning at that time was nowhere near that. Eli Manning at that stage career was nowhere near that.
But you'll take Eli Manning over Ryan Fitzpatrick. You will do that. Everybody know that.
Yeah, right. But again, hold on.
To have an old quarterback, you got to blame your Giants organization not bringing in a young quarterback to work with his.
What are we talking about? Like we talking about comparing quarterbacks. We're not talking about no doggone organization. Because you got to realize, because your eyes are blind, just like the media. And guess what? If he would have went to the Raiders, for your Cowboy Raiders, you would have been saying
yo, Bishop, I'm with you.
Let's agree to disagree and move on.
Agree, disagree, move on.
My Raiders had a consistent quarterback for 8 years. I'm not going to say nothing.
And what have he got? Where have he gotten you? Nowhere. Where have he gotten you, though? Nowhere. Where has he gotten you? Where has he gotten you, though?
Nowhere. Question, bro. What's next on the topic?
Where we at, man? Where we at?
What's next on the topic, brother?
The bum Raiders.
Don't do it. Spotlight.
Don't do that. Spotlight.
I see you took that background on. I see you took that background on. I see you took that background on.
Where we at?
That background out there. That background out there no more. That rated background there no more.
Freddie, don't do that,
Bishop.
So check that. Listen. So as we just talking about, continue on. Keep it pushing. Keep it
pushing spotlights buttons, man. Come on, Trey.
Keep it pushing. Keep it moving. So let me ask y'all real quick, without just saying straight to left, too far, to the right, and the left limits. Who's y'all top 5 in the NFC right now?
Ooh, that's easy.
That's a good question. That's a
number 1. Is it right now, Trayvon?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, week 10.
I got the Cardinals number 1. I got Packers number 2. I got Rams number 3. I got the Bucks number 4, and I got the Seahawks number 5.
Anyone different? Anything different? Y'all agree? Disagree?
I disagree.
I disagree with the Rams. Cardinals at 2,
Mm-hmm.
Buccaneers at 3, Packers at 4, Seahawks 5.
Are you bugging right now? The Rams? Are you bugging right now?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Time out. Wait a minute.
They just got beat by the Tennessee Titans. What?
Hold up. The Titans are winning. Titans are a good football team. We're not going to sit here Odell. If Odell can do what he can do, I didn't leave out Green Bay, Sanders, so I put Green Bay at 4. I put Green Bay at 4 because there's no Aaron Rodgers there. That's why I put them at 4. There's no.
They just lost to a Titans team without
Aaron Rodgers.
Henry.
Until Aaron Rodgers is back.
They just won without Henry.
They're not shit without Aaron Rodgers.
They just won without Henry, Freddie. They won
That's
without
what
Henry.
I'm saying.
Pride. All right, let's
That's
get
what
into
the
it.
Rams lost to
Pride.
him.
What's your five? Pride. Hold up. What's your five?
Russell Wilson's coming back. That's why I got Seattle at 5.
What's your five? Pride.
I mean,
NFC 5.
I mean, if we're talking, I mean, I'm Spotlight kind of just took my whole list, you know. So I hate you, Spotlight.
Y'all paying each other.
Sorry, man.
Nah, I mean, it's true. Look, bro.
LA is shirts. We like the same.
LA is 1, and it's not even a debate. My thing
Raiders, sorry.
anyway. I think LA is at 1, and then between go to 2 to 5.
Cowboy
I think you can kind of put whatever you want. You know, I think there's like a few teams that kind of like, you know, like yesterday we did like the NBA thing, and even though it's the top 5, there's probably a few guys who deserve to be in the top 5, but unfortunately, not everyone can fit there. So I think after that you can make. I think Spotlight's list is solid. I'm gonna put. I mean, I'm a little biased for Seattle because I have Russell Wilson and he better get hurt. If not, I'm gonna be so tight, throw my phone out the window. But I mean, again, if you want to put Dallas, I guess. But you can make arguments about them. You know, like I feel like me personally, starting from 2 down, you can make an argument for literally every team.
Facts.
So for me. The Spotlight's team.
Exactly, Joe. They don't want exactly. The Cardinals got to be number 1. They want to put the Rams on it because they got accusations from trades and Odell Beckham Jr.
You were just placing Odell Beckham Jr. as the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Thank you.
Coach D,
Hold on. The Cardinals have our guy D-Hop who we were arguing for, and now they're the best. Even though Odell Beckham Jr. is the greatest thing since color TV.
Rod, you're talking about your ass right now. You're talking about your ass
Hold
right
up. Coach Dante.
You make me want to be an alcoholic again. You make me want to go back to that lifestyle, Freddie. You stress me the hell out.
Rod, you're talking about your ass
Stress
right
me the
now
hell
because
out,
you're talking about 2 different things.
All right, let's talk about what's on the topic. Hey, Coach Dante, what's your NFC 5?
He agree with me.
I got the Rams number 1.
What the hell?
Because I don't give a damn about regular season. Beat them in the playoffs.
That's not the question, Coach. The question is
I'm telling you, beat them in the playoffs.
His
Regular season don't matter. Beat them in the playoffs.
He's not talking about right
I got the Rams number 1. I got the Cardinals 2. I got the Packers 3. I got Tampa Bay 4, and I got Tennessee 5.
Okay.
No, NFC.
Oh, you said NFC.
Yeah,
Okay.
NFC.
NFC.
But the
So
question is right now, not what you think they're gonna do in the playoffs, not last year, right now.
because that's what it all comes down to. I'm talking about right now. That's what it all comes down to in the playoffs. That's what it all comes down to. The Rams number 1.
Cardinals not that far away though.
I got the
right
Rams.
now what you're seeing through week 9. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my top 5. Okay, since I know it's NFC. I got the Rams number 1 still. Rams still number 1. They're still the number 1 team. No matter how slice it up, dice it up, they still number 1. I got Cardinals 2, Green Bay 3. I got Dallas. I got Dallas 4, and I Seahawks 5.
The Cowboys shouldn't be in the top 5 at all.
Bishop.
And you don't have the Bucks at all in it?
Bishop.
I do got the
Oh
Bucks.
yeah, I got Tampa Bay. I forgot about Tampa Bay. I'm gonna switch Dallas and Tampa. I'm gonna take Seattle out.
Okay. My 5.
I forgot about that.
Listen, now this is up leading up to week 10. Right now, we know week 9 is already in the books.
Bishop, you saying that you scare me, Bishop. You scare me. Bishop. The Eagles are coming. Don't scare me.
Pride. That was the question.
I just hope Bishop is not Eagles biased.
That's what I'm saying. Like
You better not do that.
Here we
Don't
go.
do that.
I'm scared.
Can I finish?
Let him say this
Let me go. This is what I got. Number 1, I got the Rams. Number 2, I got the Cardinals. Number 3, I got
They don't remember that,
Tampa
Damien.
Bay.
They did, but now
They're delusional.
Hold on.
Damien.
But they got 2 key additions since then.
And then I got Green Bay.
It's not talking about that, bro. It's talking about as of right now. That's not the topic.
Okay,
Hey,
and guess what? Von Miller and OBJ is on that team as of right now.
That's why I put him first.
He ain't played a damn game as of right now.
It doesn't matter. The acquisition happens as of right now.
No, listen.
You gotta go off of what
Y'all being biased and delusional
Freddie,
right
you
now.
got it. Freddie, you got it. Trey, I hear you, but you gotta go off. Even though Von
You got the
Miller
Packers
or
up there
OBJ
weeping
have
and
not
biased
played,
and delusional.
even though neither one of them have played, you have to go off what
They're on the
their
team.
talent. You know what they're capable of. So with that talent, you have to go about what we know they're capable of doing. That's why the Rams are above the Cardinals. If OBJ isn't there, then I probably would stay with Arizona number 1, then the Rams number 2.
So
Being
opposite side of the spectrum,
So-
AFC. Who you got? Hold up for a second, Nate. Opposite side of the spectrum. Who you got there?
It's hard for the
Bishop.
AFC.
AFC, for the AFC, I got the Titans at 1. Good Lord, the Titans
at 1.
Yeah, I do. I got the Titans at 1. I got the Titans at 1. I got Titans at 1. I got the Bills at 2. Lord, this AFC is crazy. Titans at 1, Bills at 2, the Raiders at 3.
Bishop, what?
The Raiders are not an NFC.
AFC. I said AFC.
It's AFC.
Yeah, the Raiders at 3, the Patriots at 4, and maybe the Steelers at 5.
This is tough.
Whoa.
This is a
That's
tough
why I say AFC gonna be way tougher.
A lot of teams in the AFC have the same record. It's
They
really
do.
tough.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Right
out there.
now, if you want to
It's
look at the
crazy.
standings, the Titans have the best record in the AFC at 7-2. So they have a right to be number 1 as of right now.
Come on,
So
bro.
the Titans, I have to agree. I have to agree with the Titans at number 1.
Got to.
I have to go with the Bills at 2.
I can't.
Go ahead, Nate. What's your top 5? What's your top
I
5?
was
They
talking
lost.
about that. I can't
Even
hop
though
on
they-
for one reason.
Yes.
I said I did not have Green Bay on my list because we don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be starting next week. You guys said as of right now. If Jordan Love is starting, I'm sorry. No, I'm not having Packers.
Nate, you
That's
sound
horrendous.
delusional because this week haven't even started yet. You sound just as
I like the
delusional as
sound of
these
that,
guys.
Nate. You right
Yeah,
about
you
that.
sound just as delusional as these
No,
guys
he
talking
got
about
a
the
good
Rams
point.
because old haven't
He
got
got a
it
good
yet.
point. No,
Hold
Nate
up.
got a good point.
He has a good
I
point,
got-
but yeah, go ahead. So like,
So I had the Titans at 1, Bills at 2. Even though that the Ravens lost last night, I still got the Ravens at 3. They're 6-3. Their record is still good. Number 4.
Don't you
That's-
do it.
Just toss it. It's a toss up, bro.
Number
It really
4,
is.
I
Like,
number 4. I gotta put my Las Vegas Raiders at 4 and put the Patriots
Delusional.
at 5.
Who at
who you
5?
put at 5?
Who'd you put at 5?
Patriots at 5.
okay, Freddie, your top 5 AFC.
The Tennessee Titans, they're 7-2. They won. They beat the Rams without Henry the other day. You got to put them there out of respect. The number 2, I got the Ravens number 2. They're 6-3. They've had some big wins this year. Lamar Jackson is he's turning the vibe around for people's eyes. They said he can't throw, and the Ravens are right there. So I got the number 2. Number 3,
So
I
that's
got the.
really tough.
I'm gonna put the Chargers at number 3.
I'm not mad at
I'm
that.
not mad at that.
I'm
You
not
know,
mad at that.
they definitely need some respect. They definitely need some love. Herbert is
Underrated.
having a great, yeah.
In my
yeah.
division, I give that
Yeah,
respect.
I'm not mad at that.
Number 4, I got to put the Bills there. Even though they had a bad loss against the Jacksonville Jaguars, hey, you can't forget about Josh Allen. Can't forget about Diggs. They're having an amazing season. And number 5,
This one I want to hear. Who's this 5th?
you know what?
Tough.
Yeah,
This AFC is wide open.
I'm gonna
Okay.
put a team I'm gonna put a team on there that they said they was not going to win this year. They didn't have a chance this year, and they're 5-3. I'm going with the
Cincinnati.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, the
I'm
Steelers.
going because of that defense.
That's what I
They're
said.
keeping them in games, helping them win games, and they're more relevant that people think they are. I will
All right.
never. Hey, you can't put the Raiders in there right now because they're acting like the Cowboys. You got too much off the field issues. They got
Yeah,
they're a
we'll
bum
have Sunday night.
franchise. They're a bum
We'll have Sunday night.
franchise. And,
I was
horrible
waiting.
franchise.
I was
Pride,
waiting.
what's your top 5
Listen.
AFC top 5 Pride?
Oh wow! Look, clearly, I don't care. Bro, put whoever y'all want. My New England Patriots are one. I don't care what no one says. I don't care. I'm just a clown.
The Beantown bias.
Y'all forget it.
Yeah. You already know.
Biasness. But number 1, obviously the Titans. I am worried about where they're gonna go. However, I do think they'll be. I do think they'll be okay. 2, I have the Bills. Well, me, I got my Chargers. I got Chargers 3. I got the Chargers 3.
Don't listen to him, y'all. Don't listen to him by Miami, please.
But I got Chargers 3. All I'm saying, for people to give slack for the Ravens, I was crucified for saying the Bills were going to be fine after they lost to the Jaguars. All I'm saying is I might need a little bit of an apology. That's all I'm saying, because Everyone crucified me. They murdered me. They wanted to hang me. I'm getting choked up talking about it. I'm nervous. But I got Titans 1, I got Bills 2, Chargers 3. I'm still gonna have the Ravens in there because they're
They both tied at 5-3 for the division. They only got a half game on us in that division.
Right, and then 5, I have the Raiders. But the thing is, for me, is like the Titans are 1, but even then, you can make a case for other teams.
Yes,
this is kind of the same thing for like the NFC, where like if you really look at it, there's like 2 or 3 teams that are kind of doing their thing, and then everyone else is just there. Each side is it's kind. You can make an argument for a lot of teams, so. That'll be.
There's not a lot of teams that's like the AFC that has a 5-3 or 5-4, or a lot of AFC teams have a lot of like 5-3, 6-3 records. It's really tough to make a top 5 for the AFC, but you can make it easier top 5 for the NFC.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it was a lot easier.
Coach, AFC 5.
I got Tennessee, Ravens, Bills. Tennessee, I got Tennessee, Ravens. I got Tennessee, Ravens, Bills, Chargers, and Raiders.
Not mad at that.
For the most part, everyone got the same thing. So, in keeping those same type of things, who is your what's the Super Bowl game, and who's the winner?
Can I be biased?
If you want,
Raiders, Rams, West Coast.
Well,
Super
look,
Bowl.
man, look,
Raiders, Rams.
That's not that much of a reach. How y'all been playing in spite of everything?
But I'm gonna be realistic here. I would love to see Raiders Rams in the Super Bowl. I would love to see that. The battle of us used to be in Los Angeles, playing in Los Angeles, playing at that stadium. Yeah, I would love to see that. But if it had to come down to it, I'll say Buffalo Bills. And when the NFC Buffalo Bills. In the Rams or Bucks, one of the two.
Nah, you gotta pick one. Nope, you gotta pick one. Yep, I'll be
one or the other.
Don't run from it.
Yeah, they say wrestling. I get you talking about wrestling, but they say no triple threat.
Let's be realistic here. Okay, I'm going to pick Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Because one thing about Tampa Bay is this, right? They always never played really well in the offseason, but when they in the regular season. But when they get into the playoffs, they are a different team. And it's going to be hard to beat them in the playoffs with the Tom Brady with playoff T-Bay. I'm sorry, playoff Brady.
The GOAT.
So I'm taking the Bills and the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl.
All right, Coach.
Damn, this man stole my goddamn Super Bowl pick. Because you know what? I was gonna say it different.
Coach Spotlight. I mean,
that's why I actually gave him the name Coach Spotlight. But like he literally just stole my pick. I literally had the same pick because I'm gonna tell you something more and further about Tampa Bay. The Saints last year beat them twice, dominated them twice in the regular season. What they do to them when it mattered the most, they won that. That's what they do when it mattered the most. So that's why I'm not valuing you beating someone regular season. I'm not valuing that too much because in the playoffs, it's a whole different ball game. In the playoffs, I mean, the Rams got upper hands on them. The Packers might got upper hands on the Rams, but it's all about when you get in the playoffs. That what hurts more and what matters more. So I don't care about the regular season. You can beat me 100 times in the regular season. I beat you in the playoffs. Hey, I'm the better team. I'm the better team when it matters the most. So I got Bills and Tampa Bay. Literally, that was my pick. But Coach Spotlight put it out there for me. So I got Bills, Tampa Bay.
Bishop, you got the same thing.
So I know y'all finna.
I'm looking for the OU bias, but let's go.
I know y'all finna.
Go get into that later.
Y'all finna crucify me, but I'm gonna go with this one, right? I'm gonna go with this one since y'all already took the Bills. I'm not gonna take the same one because I was gonna pick the Bills too out of the AFC, but I'm gonna go opposite route. I'm gonna go the Titans and the Cardinals.
Who's the winner?
You ain't ask them who was gonna win. You ain't ask them that. You ain't say that. You
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You gotta answer. The question's asked you. You gotta answer.
But I'm gonna be like Spotlight. I'm gonna be biased. I'm going with the Cardinals to win.
OU bias show is rears its ugly head every time. The OU bias. Pop off.
I didn't make my pick to see who will win.
Because he asked y'all.
I got Tampa Bay winning the Super Bowl again.
I think the Bills will upset them.
Ooh.
That's not bad.
That's not.
I would like to go off the limb sometimes. I mean, you never know.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I'll be honest. I think for me, it's gonna be the Bills and Rams. Well, heading into the season, I'm gonna be honest though. I did not see this. I thought it was going to be a rematch. I have to go hold you. Coming into the season, I thought it was
a lot of people did. Yeah, a lot of
so
people did.
now at this point, I think it's going to be the Bills and the Rams. However, the Super Bowl, I am blessed to see, is that man with ice in his veins. The guy who has no limit. You disrespect him, he'll snatch your ankle.
Master
The
P.
new GOAT. Forget Tom Brady. I want Mac and Cheese Jones up in there so he can dominate the field.
Beantown body.
One day. Again, that's just me being biased.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Who I really hope I get to see is the Cardinals and the Chargers. I really feel like that low key could be a banger. Like I want to see, Josh Herbert. I like him, and now to put him up a little more because he's putting up great regular season stats. Let's see him in the playoff. Let's see how he does because I feel like he'll be able to take over and whatnot.
Mhm.
And I don't know, him versus Kyler Murray. Ooh, that just tickles me now.
But hey, let me say this real quick, Trey, and I know you still got your picks, but it's crazy, right? It's crazy. It is literally crazy. We just picked the Super Bowl, yet no one put the Rams in the Super Bowl, but they had them number one in the NFC.
No, I did.
Yeah, he just did.
The only reason I picked Tampa Bay, the only reason, Bishop, I picked Tampa Bay.
You can still be number one in the NFC. Doesn't mean you can make it all the way to the Super Bowl. We've seen that.
I got that. But we also hold on, Dante. I know. I want you to say what you're gonna say, but don't. We just made a case on the firepower that the Rams have on defense and offense. Yet no one but Pride put them in the Super Bowl.
I mean, everything changes in the playoffs.
Right, because we going off the top 5 right now.
Yeah. Everything really changes in the playoffs. Right, and then the only reason I picked Tampa Bay, the only reason I picked Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl. They've been the even team with Tom Brady. I can't count Tom Brady out. Mm-hmm. Prove me that you can beat Tom Brady in the playoffs. That's it.
I agree with that one now. I agree with that one now.
And here's another thing, Bishop. You also got to take it into because I almost had the Bucks and like they're a close second.
Right.
They won the Super Bowl as a wild card team. You know what I mean? So it's not like this team doesn't need to be like, oh yeah, we need to get that first spot. We need to get that bye week. That's important now because remember they was looking real bad. If we're gonna be honest, they was looking real bad before that bye week. Then they went undefeated. Then they clicked as a wild card team. Like you said, they got stomped by the Saints. And Tom Brady was like, "Yo, Drew Brees, hold this. That's what you can do because I'm gonna be holding that Lombardi Trophy in a couple months here." So you know what I mean? That's kind of how I think with that. But I mean, I do get your point. But at the same time, just because just being the number one doesn't always necessarily mean that you're
right. On paper though, what we've just said on paper, we look at the Rams being the one should be the favorite. However, like you said, when it comes to postseason, we all pick someone different outside of Pride. I'm just saying. That's all I was saying.
So as we are currently at the halfway point of the halfway mark of the NFL playoffs. NFL season. So at this point, who is your candidate for those top 4 awards? MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
All right, so for me, Defensive Player of the Year, I think it's TJ Watt. I think Defensive Player of the Year is TJ Watt. He's just a one-man wrecking crew when it comes to just disrupting an offense, especially an offensive line. So TJ Watt is definitely my rookie of defensive player.
Defensive player. Yeah.
Defensive Rookie of the Year. I don't want to go with this, but I am going to go with this, and that's Trayvon Diggs. I'm gonna have to go with him, just because of his interceptions and what he could do for that Dallas defense. I really don't.
Diggs is the second-year player.
I think
Diggs came out this year. Okay, so it's not Trayvon Diggs.
No. This year just was a coming out party.
Oh, it's a coming out party.
Yeah,
right.
This was his coming out party.
I really don't know too many defensive rookies like that. Honestly, I really don't.
In this Micah Parsons first.
Yes. I mean, Micah Parsons you could put up there too. Micah Parsons you could do. Micah Parsons you could put up there too. That's really actually standing out from defenses. So instead of Trayvon Diggs, I'll put Micah Parsons up there as a defensive rookie of the year. Offensive rookie of the year.
For me, for this one, there's only 2 options. I'll be honest.
I can't put the name on it though. I can't.
And it's tough. Yeah,
it's there, but I can't put the name on it.
What team?
I'm
So
skipping
if
offensive rookie of the year. I'm going to my MVP. Screw this. Screw this because like when it came down to it, when it comes to the draft, like I forget players when they get in the NFL. I forget them.
That's messed up.
I'm sorry. If it ain't the Raiders, it don't matter. I'm just saying.
You knew that.
MVP. This is
I want to hear this.
This
I
is
want to
a
hear
tough
this because
one.
I feel like some bias is about to come.
Nah, he ain't gonna do that.
No. I'm listen. That's what it was. Jamar Chase. Bam. That's all.
Offensive. Yeah.
Yeah, for me,
Offensive
it's
rookie of the
between
year
Jamar
could be Lamar
Chase
Chase
or Mac Jones. That's
One
kind
of
of
them
what it is for me.
Patrick Surtain is not playing well for defensive rookie.
If we're gonna be honest, Bishop, I get you don't like him.
It's not I don't like him. No, it's not I don't like him. But I don't think he's done enough. I don't think he's done enough to be offensive player of the year, though.
But I know
offensive rookie. Offensive
Rookie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Rookies. I'm not talking about the whole thing. Come on now. Hold on.
Jamar Chase is definitely the one that I could put as offensive rookie of the year. I love what Mac Jones is doing.
Mm-hmm.
But MVP, this is tough, man. Oh my God. I really don't want to go quarterback, but I'm gonna go with Josh Allen.
I'm not mad about that.
I'm gonna go with Josh Allen just because of he has improved every single year under that offense. Even though he had a bad game against Jacksonville, which all quarterbacks do, but Josh Allen numbers has been really good this year. Right. So I'm gonna go for mid-season MVP. I'm going Josh Allen.
Pride.
So I think in terms of defensive player of the year, probably TJ Watt. At this point, I think it's kind of he's in the place where Aaron Donald was a few years back, where sure you can bring up names, but it's really his award to lose. That's kind of how I look at it right now. Offensive rookie of the year, I said it's really between Jamar Chase and Mac Jones. I think. Maybe Jalen Waddle is like a distant third, but after that, I legitimately don't even think it's even close. Like that's just me. If Mac Jones wins it, I'll be ecstatic. But if Jamar Chase wins it, I'm not gonna scream robbery because, frankly, if we're gonna be honest, both of them is really close. Jamar might end up getting it because he's playing at this for a rookie at this historic pace, so he might end up getting it. Which again, I'm not even going be mad if he gets it at all. But if it was my vote, here's some of the biases, and this is legit bias. I'm taking Mac Jones. That's just me. I'm being biased. That's like a whole bunch to it. I ain't gonna hold y'all. You feel me? But again, if Jamar Chase gets it, it's not robbery. It's not ridiculous. He 100% he deserves it. So I won't even be mad. Rookie defensive player of the year, Micah Parsons or Patrick Surtain, the quarterback in Denver. I think it's really going to come down to one of those guys. You know what I mean? Like, I do like both of them. They're young, but the thing is with them is even though they're young, they got a good head for the game, a good mind for the game, and they actually are pretty relatively calm for the most part. You see a lot of rookies kind of when the pressure gets too big in certain plays, they kind of tend to shrink. They haven't. They've been holding it down. Both of them been holding it down respectively. If you want to give it a Micah Parsons, that's fine. I give it a Patrick Surtain only because I kind of like him a little better, slightly. But again, it's kind of the same thing as offensive rookie of the year. It's really not a robbery. You could literally go either way. MVP. Here's my thing. I got two guys for it. I got two. I got a dark horse and a legit guy, and they're both on the same team. They're both in the Rams. If Cooper Kupp continues balling out, he is on record pace to break Megatron's record for yards, most yards in a season.
Only reason why I didn't go with Cooper Kupp because I know this is a quarterback-driven league.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying.
I want to go with Cooper Kupp, but
that's why I call him the dark horse. That's why I call him the dark horse. However, if he breaks that record, you almost are gonna have to give it to him. Oh my God, I got scared. Bro, clickbait. I just saw it said a Simmons blockbuster trade, and I looked at it, and it was just an idea. Like, bro, that's clickbait. I should throw my Simmons. But I'm not gonna go there. But this is who I legitimately believe will be the MVP, and it's gonna be Matthew Stafford. Like the guy who, and I can see that. I'm in this boat. I've been disrespecting and underrating this guy for a while.
I can see that.
I really did. He came to, and the thing is he went to LA, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, now he's balling out." And me as a dude who watched him, I'm like, nah, bro, this is kind of what he's been doing.
The norm.
Like, if you want to say it's a little better, it's probably because he has better weapons. But if we're gonna be honest, he's kind of been doing this stuff his whole career.
He got an overall team. That's what it is. He has a defense as well.
Right, I think he's gonna get it, and I think he deserves it. I really do, especially again, this coming from a guy who at first I didn't really believe in him. I thought, and especially going into this year, I thought this was gonna fail. I really did, and it's working like amazingly.
Flawlessly.
So me personally, the dark horse, I want to give it a Cooper Kupp. Hopefully, again, that really comes down to depending on if he breaks that record Megatron has in terms of like yards in a single season. If he breaks that record, I think he gets it. But even if he doesn't get it, me personally, I got to give it to Matthew Stafford because
I got that same notification too. I was about to say, oh snaps,
Bishop.
Because I seen your name, I seen your team in there.
So me with the offensive rookie of the year, you got to give it to Jamar Chase, man. He's balling out, man, out there in Cincinnati with oh boy, that's just it is what it is. Defensive rookie of the year, Micah Parsons. He's, even though he's on the Dallas Cowboys, he is balling out there doing his thing. Defensive player of the year, you got to give it to Watt. He's playing phenomenal ball out there. Offensive player of the year.
I didn't even do my offensive player of the year.
You said you couldn't. You said you forget you couldn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
he said Chase. He said Chase.
Yeah. And then for where am I at? Oh, MVP. My MVP. So this is my thing, right? If it was right now, I would want to give the MVP to golly, what's his name? Lord, I just had it and I lost it.
There it is. Yep.
For the Titans.
He immediately doesn't deserve MVP anymore. Immediately.
No, for prior to him getting hurt.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
Derrick
Henry.
You forgot Derrick Henry's name? That's messed up.
I had it before I started calling off all these other names.
Sometimes you get a brain fart doing this
I had it
stuff,
before. But Derrick Henry, Derrick Henry, even though and right now because he's hurt, it's kind of hard to give him that MVP. But if he hadn't got hurt, I feel like Derrick Henry. I knew it's a quarterback.
I think it would be different.
Yeah, I know it's a quarterback-driven award for the most part, but Derrick Henry probably would deserve the stats he's putting up, bro. Prior to his injuries were ridiculous.
Now, if I would have
ridiculous,
since I would have had Josh Allen as my MVP and King Henry was doing his thing, and Josh Allen was still doing his thing, I'll put King Henry as my offensive player of the year. But since King Henry is out of my offensive player of the year, I think this guy don't get enough talk like he used to, and that's Alvin Kamara.
But he's about to be out this weekend again too.
So he's out this weekend.
Yep.
Oh, damn, I got him in my fantasy.
Sad boy to luck. But now, Bishop, to piggyback off you was just saying about you said that Derrick Henry. Honestly, that's not even that far because it was funny. I was looking right before he got injured. I was looking at something. He led the league in in rushing yards. If you took that away and only gave him his yards after contact, he is still leading the league in yards comfortably.
Absolutely.
Comfortably. I think it was like over 100 yards. He was still leading by. Like he a bad boy. He a bad
Coach.
boy. I make this joke all the time. He was a linebacker who couldn't read coverages, so they just stuck him in the backfield. Swear to God,
it was fast. Yep.
Bro, that's what it reminds me of because he's big and he's quick and God bless that man.
So I'm gonna go with offensive rookie of the year. It's really opening for two options right now. So I'm gonna go with offensive player of the year first. I'm gonna have to take. I mean, it's a lot of options out there, but you know what? Well, I'm gonna take Justin Herbert as the offensive player of the year. I'm gonna take him as the offensive player of the year. He's gonna throw for over a lot of yards.
Wait, was it offensive player of the year or offensive rookie of the year?
No, I ain't got to my offensive rookie of the year yet. I'm gonna go Justin Herbert, offensive player of the year. Offensive player of the year for Justin Herbert. Okay. Yeah. So offensive rookie of the year. I mean, like it's only two options, but I mean, Matt Jones has played better in this draft out of any rookie quarterback in the league so far. He's played better football. But I gotta go Jamar Chase. He's obvious. Defensive player of the year, you got three. I got three options, but I'm gonna choose Michael Parsons. You got Surtain. You got Sante Samuel Jr., who's really good over there in the Chargers, who's really good over there. So I'm gonna go with Parsons. Defensive player of the year has got to be TJ Watt, man. The way he wrecked that Seattle Seahawks game, it's just unbelievable. The man go through double teams and still get to the quarterback. Or you can put Aaron Donald in there as well, who fights double teams. He just bullies double teams and still sandwich the quarterback. Aaron Donald and Michael Parsons and Aaron Donald defense are Watt could be defensive player of the year. It doesn't matter. You can put them either way. And MVP, man, I'm gonna have to take Matthew Stafford. I'm gonna have to take Matthew Stafford or either Cooper Kupp, but I'm the safe thing could be Matthew Stafford. The safe thing could be Matthew Stafford. Now they added Odell Beckham and all those weapons he has. He knows how to throw guys wide open, and he's just gonna make all the receivers out there look good by getting them the football and all that. So I'm gonna have to go with Matthew Stafford, but don't be surprised if Cooper Kupp keep going at the rate he's going, he can get the MVP. So I wouldn't even be mad at that.
Okay. So I know we're getting close to running out of time, so we're gonna go ahead and move to a topic in which I know one particular person is itching to sit up and get at. We're gonna go to the college football. As we know, we're getting closer to the CFP Championship Series as we get closer toward the end of the year. It's bowl season coming up.
Uh-oh.
So, without further ado, top 25 CFP. Oklahoma number 8. 13. Who we got?
Man, if y'all don't see here, I know Coach already gave his upset of Baylor upsetting Oklahoma in Baylor. I know Coach probably was smoking the other day. I know he didn't really mean that. He was probably smoking, drank a little bit, smoke a little bit, all that good stuff. We know Oklahoma is finna do Baylor in, man, this weekend on tomorrow in Baylor. In McLean Stadium. OU, Caleb Williams is finna show his natural behind on them Baylor Bears, bro. And when we do that, they already said earlier today that if Oklahoma wins out, because we got Baylor, Oklahoma State, and TCU, I think. Baylor, Oklahoma State, and one other team. I can't think of the third team. We got one more team in the Big 12. But if we win out, we're over 100% in making the college football playoffs. If we win out. Now, with that being said, we probably one of the only few teams that will still be undefeated when it's all said and done. But we will win this game this weekend versus them Baylor Bears. I don't care what nobody say. We taking this dub.
Coach?
I pretty much gave my answer. The upset pick of the week will be Baylor beating Oklahoma. Baylor beating Oklahoma is my upset pick of the week. Sorry, Bishop. But Oklahoma has not played well actually this season. They lost they beat my Texas Longhorns because Steve Sarkisian, he just accursed any French any college he goes to. Texas should have beat them. That should have been a loss. They didn't play great against Kansas. Probably the only real blowout win probably was Texas Tech. But like I say, Baylor just coming off a loss against TCU. They're going to be motivated at home. And I think this will be the upset of the weekend if Oklahoma win. So be it. But Bishop, you guys may not even survive. Going into the Big 12 championship. So I'm gonna pick Baylor for my upset pick of the week. That Baylor at home. I think Baylor got an upset for OU. So I'm gonna go with Baylor as my upset pick of the week.
Pride and spotlight. Georgia number 1 versus Tennessee. Is it a possibility for an upset there?
No.
No, I said
I'm a Tennessee fan, and I just wish it could have been better. As a Tennessee fan, I gotta be freaking realistic here, man.
Yeah,
it's sad. Yeah, I wish that we could upset Georgia, but it ain't gonna happen. Georgia wins.
And again, we've all said it before, and we'll say it again. Top to bottom, we all know Georgia is the best team. In college football, like they're the best team. There's no, there's really not. I don't know if anyone's really going to be able to beat them. Maybe they might but an upset potentially could happen in the college. I don't know, but as of right now, ain't like as they say, bro. ain't no way, no how. I am willing to come on the show booty naked nasty to if this somehow happens. That's how
Watch
Tennessee
confident I
what you
am.
asked for.
If
Watch
Tennessee
what you
upset
asked
me,
for.
Listen, bro.
I'm
Watch
taking
what
Listen, that's how
happens
confident I
now.
am.
if Tennessee
I don't want to
upsets
see it. I
Georgia,
don't want
I
to
am
see
taking
it.
some Don
There
Julio.
ain't much you gonna see,
10-8 in the
Bishop.
morning.
I don't wanna see
Ain't
that.
much you gonna see.
I don't want to see
Right
that.
now,
Tell
if
you,
Georgia,
if they do,
if Alabama,
I'll get me some Don Julio and take a shot
And get litty.
early in the morning.
Get litty.
right now, if
I don't even
Georgia
like
and
Don
Alabama
Julio.
was to play today, if Georgia Alabama was to play today, Georgia will win. Georgia will
Oh,
win this game.
absolutely.
Easy.
Absolutely.
Easy.
Absolutely.
And I'll be honest,
That's a
I
fact.
think Baylor
Daniel.
has a better chance of beating Oklahoma
That's a fact.
than Tennessee has
Thank you, Davey.
Georgia. So.
Tennessee basketball is 10 times better than Tennessee.
I mean, look, I'll be
Yeah.
honest. I'll give Tennessee a fighting chance. I'll give him a 1% chance just because he actually got to play. That's it. Just because they actually have to play.
Yeah.
That's it. But even then, I feel like I'm doing a little too much.
Spotlight coach. Michigan, number 6 Michigan at Penn State. What's going on there?
Ooh.
Ooh, that's
If it's
tough.
at Penn State will beat Michigan.
Is that Penn State?
Yeah, they would definitely beat them.
Mm.
I'm going with Penn State in the upset.
It's tough, man. This game can be tricky because Penn State is pretty decent.
Especially at home.
Yeah, especially at home. But
I don't trust Michigan on the road.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. You know what?
If record was at home, we'd be looking at how we look at Georgia.
I'm gonna go with Penn. I'm gonna go with Penn State. I'm gonna go with Penn State at home. I'm gonna go with Penn State at home. I just don't take Michigan too serious. They can't win. John Harbaugh just can't win big games in college when it matters. On the road, and he never beat Ohio State. He has never beaten Ohio State. So no, I'm gonna take Penn State at home. I wanted to go with Michigan as an upset, but I'm gonna take Penn State. I'm gonna just take Penn State.
All right, Pride and Bishop, the number 19 CFP Killers, Purdue Boilermakers at number 4 Ohio State. Is it a chance? Does Purdue continue to roll?
Good Lord. That's a good pick though, because Purdue is they are the CFP
AP top 5.
They knocking them off. They knocking them off like it ain't nothing, bro. Man. And you know what? Just because I got so many Ohio State fans that watch the show and all of that, I'm taking Purdue to get another.
Let's go. Let's go, Bishop.
I'm taking Purdue to get another upset, bro. I am. I'm picking Purdue.
I have to. I mean, look. I'll be honest with you. I think it's gonna be close. I think it's, you know what I mean. Like, I don't think it'll be like a blowout or anything like that. But I right now I'm looking at Purdue, and Purdue is one of those teams that you look at them, they're 6-3. They're better than what their record is.
Absolutely,
they're better what their ranking is too.
Absolutely,
right. So that's kind of the thing. Like on its face value, if you look at the record and you look at their ranking, it's easy to say, "Oh yeah, Ohio State." But I'm under the opinion. I believe they're better, like you said, Spotlight. Their ranking and Bishop, they're better than their record shows. So I'm gonna go Purdue, and I'll be honest with you. I don't even think this really should be an upset. I don't think this should be considered an upset. You know, a lot of people are saying it is.
They're going to consider it an upset because they're in the college football playoff.
Right. And I get that, but still, I mean, if you just look at the teams, I don't know.
Ohio State already been upsetted this year anyway in the shoe, so
exactly. So it's not like, you know what I mean. This is so. I mean, but yeah, I got Purdue. I think they're better than people give them credit for. So I got Purdue.
Last few minutes that we got, fellas. Going back to the NBA, last night we had 3 total games. We have about 13 games on the slate for tonight. But last night games, you had the Toronto Raptors upending the Philadelphia 76ers 115-109. We'll talk about that in a second. The Heat fell to another LA team 109-112 to the LA Clippers. And then the Pacers were victorious against the Utah Jazz with a 111-100 point game. All right, Spotlight. What's up with the 7? Is it still the Embiid thing? What's going on? Did Embiid play last night?
No, he didn't play. Embiid
Okay.
didn't play. No, he didn't play.
No, Embiid didn't play last night, but I gotta give a shout out to Tyrese Maxey because the boy is balling. He did have
doing
30.
his thing.
Yeah, another 30 burger on these Toronto Raptors. I just think right now, we're just trying to figure things out without Embiid. You know, we did have Court Miles didn't play his best game. Seth only had about 15 points. That wasn't enough to get it done. Shut up, Freddie. With your bro. Bro, like we're not gonna sit here and talk about these Lakers right now. We really not. It's about the Sixers right now. We're not done. We're not done. It's still early in the year. We're going to have these losses. We're 8-5. I'm not mad at it.
I remember a few years back when the Clippers were first considered a contender, they got mollywopped by the Timberwolves. So it's like
if you look at the Raptors, bro, look at it. Trent Jr. had 20. Van Vliet had 32. Barnes had 13. Right. And Anunoby had 20.
And that's the thing.
Compared to Artabias averaged 19. Tyrese Maxey with 33. Curry with 15 and Milton with 12. A lot of our role players did not show up.
And not only that, the Toronto Raptors played a good game.
They are a very underrated team in the East.
They played a solid game, so it's not
because it's the Toronto Raptors.
Right.
We expected to beat the Toronto Raptors is still good.
I mean, I'm gonna go
just
that far.
because
They played a good game.
Still good.
I wouldn't go that far.
They're good basketball. I'm not saying they're going to be a top 5 in the East, but they're
you think they're at the bare minimum respectable
between 7 and 8.
So you think at the bare minimum they're respectable?
They're respectable. Okay. They're bottom. They're like a play-in team on 8 seed, 7 seed, like that.
Okay.
They come in that area. They in that area. Like again, you
Freddie,
even had Gary Trent Jr.
Freddie,
who had
until
20.
I see something that you wear New York Giants, there's nothing we could talk about.
Shots fired. Pew pew. Shots fired.
I'm already on the dark side. I'm already on the dark side. The dark side is the Raiders, bro.
Yeah, but I will say this in terms of the Raptors and Sixers. I mean, look, don't panic because, like I said, every good team. I'm pretty sure Golden State lost to the Timberwolves. I think when they went 73-9, I think it was like I think a couple of those losses were against like bottom tier teams. Nobody was panicking. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's a long season. This stuff happens, and again, your best player wasn't playing.
Right.
So it's I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna go buck wild on it. It is what it is. I mean, look,
it was 109 to 115. They're making it seem like they blew the bricks off of us.
Right. And again, you got at this point, all the 76ers need to do is just say this. Just be keep your head above the water, relax, and then just obviously get rid of either get rid of Ben Simmons or have him come back, whatever y'all want to do. The only thing
this wouldn't make a damn difference, Freddie. Scoring wise, he wouldn't make a difference scoring wise.
Well, scoring, I mean, I wouldn't say that he would do that, but I think he brings other things.
Just from watching the game and analyzing the game, when Ben Simmons is out there, the offense is stagnant. We get more of an offensive flow with the guys that we have now with Embiid when Embiid comes back.
Right,
more of an offensive flow.
Right.
So the Ben Simmons talk can
I get it. I mean, look, the thing is they just need to figure out what they want to do with Ben. Whether trade him, bring him back, whatever they want to do, doesn't really matter. Ben Simmons
still asking about an apology about a year when we played the Celtics in the playoffs. Bro, get out of here with that.
So the games that we have slated for tonight, of course, you got the New York Knicks against the Charlotte Hornets for one of at the 6 o'clock slate. Milwaukee Bucks, Boston Celtics, Detroit Pistons versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Brooklyn Nets against the New Orleans Pelicans. That's we don't need to talk about that. Yeah.
Right.
Portland Trailblazers at the Houston Rockets. Coach, shout out, Coach. Sacramento Kings.
The Rockets beat the Blazers tonight.
Man, trust me, I would love it any less more than the Rockets beat the Blazers. I would definitely love it. I would definitely love it because, like I said, even though it's the Blazers, I mean, even the Blazers, even if they win, they're still a joke of a franchise and they're still fraud. So even though if they win, they probably getting a win at the best time right now. But don't be surprised if the Rockets win this game.
Also got the Sacramento Kings at OKC, Phoenix Suns at the Memphis Grizzlies, Dallas Mavericks come across the state to face the San Antonio Spurs. The Atlanta Hawks travel to Denver to play against the Nuggets. The Lakers have the game against the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight, and the game in which I think would probably be the best game of the night. The Chicago Bulls travel to the Golden State Warriors.
Great game.
To face the 9 o'clock slate. Who y'all got
real quick before we get ready to get up out of here.
Just pick certain games, Trey. Which
That's what I
game
say.
you want to-
That one, Buffalo. That's with the Bulls and the Warriors.
Okay.
This is gonna be tough, but I'm taking the Warriors here. The
See,
Warriors
too,
at home.
the way Steph.
I'm taking the Warriors.
Playing
I'm taking the Warriors. Hot. They hot. So
Yeah,
I'm going
They're
to take the
hot
hottest
right now.
team.
The
Right now,
Bulls,
you
the Bulls
can't.
are still good. DeMar
They
DeRozan
playing good
is-
too. Yeah,
DeMar
they playing
DeRozan is playing up had one of his best
and
seasons of his
Levine.
career.
Levine is balling out right now.
Right. And
So-
I do like this, but I still think Golden State is going to be hard to defend Curry, man.
And then don't forget, old boy's balling too for the Bulls.
I was about to say, don't forget, you have the steal leader in Alex Caruso.
Caruso,
So they got it. So they got a lot going on over there. But I still
And meanwhile,
And then the Warriors do have a soft schedule. They did have a soft schedule
in the beginning.
At the beginning, way soft. They had OKC twice. They had my Rockets.
I don't want to hear that. No. I don't
But like I say,
that team beat the Lakers 2 times.
I mean, I'm just saying that's still OKC beat the Lakers twice, but they still not a very good team. I mean, that's just like us beating the Lakers. We're still not even a good team. So I mean, but you do play what's on your schedule, so I can't be mad at that. So
facts. Lakers are doo-doo right now. They DO.
Yo, I'm about to steal that, Bishop. From now, I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm gonna be like, yeah. And by the way, Freddie, you said the Celtics is out. Yes, they are. But you ready to hear the crazy part? I can accept that. Your delusional self can't accept what's going on with y'all Lakers. That's the difference between me and you. We down bad right now, and guess what? It is what it is. And
the Lakers gonna fall. The Lakers gonna fall to Minnesota.
The only problem I had with Laker fans, and not all, but some fans,
Freddie,
like Freddie, is very in denial about his team. That's the problem. And the problem with Freddie is that when the Lakers are down, he knocks them down.
You can't see him. You don't see him. He
I don't
like
like how the Lakers.
He don't want to talk about it. He don't want to talk about it.
Him and Trey. Don't leave Trey out of this. Don't leave Trey out of this.
I'm a realist. I'm a realist.
Those 2 straight games with they lost, they didn't even want to talk. Trey, come on, man.
The only reason I did not talk about that Laker game they lost is because we was out of time. Besides that, I still protected it how it comes.
You know the whole show.
I had no clue.
Trey, you funny.
I just happened to become a little bit. I just happened to be a little bit parched when y'all started speaking of it after getting some of the drink.
The two-story franchise. Trust the process.
Yo, Freddie, you're swallowing your mic.
What's next? Boston. Only good
Freddie, go back to work. Don't you got to clock in?
With Jaylen Brown. That's the only thing you got going.
So real quick.
Hey, we got the most championships in the NBA. No, I don't want
We're not caring about that. We care about
nobody said nothing to y'all. Why you always bringing up old shit, Freddie? You bringing up old shit.
Not even that. You know how stupid that sounds, bro. So Utah, the Utah Jazz don't have any chips, and guess what? They're still a respected organization. So you can't just say, "Oh yeah, we got more rich."
You leave.
Thank you.
But anyway, to do the NBA stuff, I just want to do like a quick rundown. I kind of want to just pick the teams. I'm not gonna go into detail. I'm just gonna like pick them. I got Knicks over Hornets, Bucks over Celtics. That pains me to say. Cavaliers over Pistons, Nets over Pelicans. I got the Rockets for you, Coach. I'm sucking up to you because I want us to be friends.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, boy.
I got Thunder over the Kings, Suns over Grizzlies, Mavericks over Spurs. I got Nuggets over Hawks, Warriors over Bulls, and I got the Lakers barely hanging on against the Timberwolves, and even then, so
here you go with the adjectives.
Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of how I got it. But for the Bulls and Warriors, I just want to say one thing: when the Warriors win this game, I don't want to hear nothing about no schedule. I don't want to hear nothing about that anymore because. Frankly, it's like one, you play who's on your thing, and on top of that, the Warriors, frankly, are kind of dominating these teams. So it's not like they're just kind of like some of these games is like
the Lakers
domination.
Yeah,
and on top of that,
like the Lakers, the Lakers be barely winning. Yeah, they ain't doing.
If you want to say it, look, I'm not throwing teams out. All I'm saying is the way. And on top of that, if the Warriors team had lost to any of these teams. We would be crucifying them. Let's call it what it is, because at this point, people are starting to question Steph because, like, bro, can you really be that guy now? Can you really carry the load? And he's doing it. And so my thing is, if they lose any of the games, we're kind of killing them. So I don't think it's fair to put them in this situation where you can just say their thing is soft. Because again, like I said, people say everyone loves to say that, you know, the Lakers still have a chance to make the playoffs. They lost to OKC 2 times, and that's the same team that the Warriors beat. So it's kind of like I just don't like the whole thing when it comes, oh yeah, the thing is soft, because I want, like, it's kind of like, you know, we can't really say it, because then if we're gonna go by that logic, you know, then seeding won't matter. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the strength of schedule thing. I don't think that matters until people have the same record, and then you can kind of dissect it and go from there. You know what I mean? But again, they got the best record, so I don't know. I'm not a fan of the Golden State Warriors. You know, me and Steph have a very rocky relationship. You know what I mean? In terms of rocky means I want to throw a rock at him. Like, him and I, we do not see eye to eye. We are not friends. We are not cool. Mm-hmm. But y'all making me defend him and the Warriors. That's kind of like, that's where we at right now. Y'all really got me defending them, and I'm kind of upset. I'm kind of very upset.
Bishop, you see this?
Yo, Bishop, Fred, we're trying to hit shots. You trying to What's your rebuttal?
Check this out, Freddie. Don't worry about the Nets, because unlike the Lakers, we're still winning without Kyrie. Keep that in mind. We're still winning without Kyrie.
And that's it for this week. I'm greatly glad that's time. We greatly appreciate y'all coming out. As y'all know it, ASAP in the morning, every weekday, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We greatly appreciate y'all coming out and see it. We had Spotlight, Bishop, Coach, Pride. Y'all got any last parting words?
You almost forgot my name.
I want to say it's a great week, another great weekend on the show with you guys. Great vibes. And one more upset pick that I got for college. I'm going to go with Utah upsetting Oregon at home. Utah upsetting Oregon. That's what I'm going to go. That's what I'm going. One more upset pick. Utah upset Oregon.
I like that one, Coach.
And that's one of those picks that it is an upset.
Sunday night football. That's all I gotta say for Sunday night.
But no, I mean, that is an upset, but it's a logical upset. It's one of those ones that makes it. You know, you're not reaching too much on it.
I like that one. Hey man, like Coach Dante said, man, a great week in ASAP. All Sports, All Plays Network, man. In the morning with ASAP, man. I love you guys, man. Great show this week, man. We did our thing, man. Looking forward to this weekend. You know, week 10 in the NFL. So looking forward to seeing what it's gonna be about this weekend in regards to these games. But go Nets, boo Lakers, and as you know, the Boomer Sooners all day, baby. We're gonna get this win against Baylor and go ahead and make ourselves into the college football playoff scenario. Let's go.
Go ahead, Spotlight.
I said what I had to say.
He said his shirt said it all. He said his shirt said
Sunday night.
So here's gonna be my final parting words. Matt Jones for MVP. Respect him. Respect him.
You should. Well, I wish y'all could put that thing on when he said Kobe was over. I wish y'all could play that. I wish y'all could play that. That could be the outro right there.
No, I ain't playing it today. We're not playing it today.
Bro, like y'all mess.
But as I said, But as I was saying, that's our time. Be sure to catch us in all the shows in which we have ASAP Sports, also Sportlight Sports Network. Hey, we here. It's up. That's a wrap. See y'all next week.
All Sports, All Plays. All Sports, All Plays. All Sports, All Plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All Sports, All Plays.